Well, I kind of fucked that. I forgot the mute. I don't know why it was muted, the sound. Whatever. It's a work in progress. Yeah, that's the intro thing. But yeah. Anyways, remove this damn thing. All right. Logan, you're going first today.
Who'd we lose?
Cool.
Are we all here?
Yeah, we're all here. We're good.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, we're back with our Schenker series. So we're going to be talking about Strangers in the Night, the live album from UFO. Came out in 70. Logan, help me out. 79?
79, yep.
79, right. Logan's the only one that has it, apparently.
Cool. Look at that gate thing.
There you go. Nice.
Cool.
Cool.
All right.
So yeah, Logan. Whoa, what did I just do? There we go.
That's not the Logan show. Watch out.
All right. Whatever, I'll leave it like this. Whatever. Or yeah, okay. So Logan's gonna go first because he's got a date with Journey and Hart at 4 o'clock.
Yep.
Not really. You want to talk?
And Nancy, and Ross Valerie, and yeah.
He's going to see a Journey and Hart cover band. They're doing both. That's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a husband and wife duo kind of doing it.
I figure that's what it is. I didn't really look up much information about it. But,
one guy doing like Hart and Journey, or the female singer.
One to hear faithfully.
Oh, I'm sure they'll probably do all the ballads. I'm sure. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, I'm thinking all the ballads.
Yeah, a guy singing Magic Man. It'd be kind of weird.
Maybe, you never know. Maybe that's the thing. They make the girl sing the Journey stuff, and the guy sings the Hart stuff.
There you go. There you go. That'd be
funny.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So me and Logan did not plan this. I went with my name with Sydney in the night. He went Collins in the night. So we were both thinking the same thing there. So yeah.
Yeah, I thought Stranger in the Collins wouldn't sound the greatest. So
sounds wrong. Stranger in the Collins. Oh boy. Yeah, that doesn't sound right.
No, it does not.
Yeah, so this came out in 1979, recorded October 13th and 18th, October 78. And two venues it was recorded at: International Amphitheater, Chicago, and Louisville Gardens, Louisville, Record Plant Mobile Studio. So there was actually some overdubbing on this. There's actually two of these songs, which we'll get to, are actually, they didn't even play. They didn't play them live at all back then, or just not on this tour. But they're included on here. So all they did was, it was Mother Mary and Miss Kids. They went and re-recorded them in the studio, slightly different version, and then added crowd noise to it. So those two songs are not even actually live. They just they threw them on there to make it to kind of go with it. I think Schenker's leads are all live throughout most of this. I know he completely refused to do any overdubs. I think there's a lot of touch-ups on Phil's vocals, apparently. Like, I was looking up a lot of this stuff before doing this, but yeah. It's rare that you get like a live album that's truly 100% live and authentic anyways, especially back then. There wasn't really probably technology to record it properly and get a good sound, but I don't know. It's, yeah, Logan, you want to get into it and go song by song and just do your comparison to the studio versions.
All right. So while you were talking about the whole overdubbing and stuff, I might as well get it out of the way. They did release a big box set.
Yeah.
Of the Strangers in the Night, and it had like not all the gigs, but I think 8 or 9 gigs they played. They had the full Chicago show and the full Louisville show in that box set, and a couple tunes they did that didn't make the live album. A lot of Obsession tracks. Pack It Up and Go was on there. I think Cherry was, and I think Hot and Ready. I think them 3 they played live, and it kind of makes it makes me wonder why they didn't just throw them on there instead of shoehorn, like Sydney was saying, putting in Mother Mary and the other track, This Kids, This is kind of weird but if you do, there's footage of them when they reunite in 95, they do actually do like All the Strangers in the Night live. So they actually do play Mother Mary and This Kids. Okay. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool they ended up actually playing them with Schenker at least. But yeah, so this is just, one of my favorite, live, not live, whatever. I love this record,
Live, not live. Yeah,
half live is what they should have called. No, it's like 90% because it's mostly the vocals and like some of the keyboard parts.
Some of the
Because you got Paul Raven, right? Paul
Yeah, and
Raymond's
if you watch
rhythm.
if you watch some of that '95 tour they did, Paul Raymond's just crazy the way he used to like play piano and then switch and play like melodic lead lines with Schenker and stuff. It's just that guy was really talented, man. And yeah, he's gone too now, sadly. But yeah. So we'll get into this. The first track on this on the vinyl is Natural Thing, which is the starting track to No Heavy Petting, which we talked about.
Mhm.
I think it's just a great version. It's a good kickoff track, I think, to start a live show. I don't believe I'm looking at some of the set lists. I don't really know if that's the song they usually started with. I'm seeing one I'm looking at now is Too Hot to Handle was
Too
the
Hot to
first
Handle,
track. So yeah. So,
Yep.
I think they had plenty of songs that really could have opened a concert really
Yeah.
well. And I get all, it's just like when I play Kiss Alive, when they do the whole, you want the best thing. I love hearing that. That gets you hyped up. When that guy says, good evening, Chicago, and all the way from London, UFO, you get all excited to listen to it every time I play it. But yeah, there's not much of a difference on this track than the studio. There might be a couple extra little, solos from Schenker and stuff, but yeah, it's just a cool version, I thought. So that I like how this album is too. It kind of segues right into the next track. There's no I kind of hate live albums that fade after the track and then they fade back in.
Yeah.
Because that kind of ruins the whole, vibe of it being live. Even
Yeah.
if this one's like stitched together, at least, it feels like it's one concert,
Yeah.
and yeah, so track 2 on this record is Out in the Street, which is another classic from Force It, which we talked about. Another faithful version, I'd say. Nothing really different. I think this is one of Phil's best vocal performances, though, probably on the record. And if he touched it up, that's cool. But yeah, I just think it's a great version, and it shows his vocal lyric wise, everything about that. I just always like that song. And yeah, like I talked about when we did Force It, I love when it slows down and Schenker does his lead and then it picks back up and everything. Just awesome, man. And I bet it went down well live. And that goes into Only You Can Rock Me, which I think on the original, yeah, I think it is the only one from Obsession on the original record, which is kind of weird because that's the album they were touring. So it's like,
yeah, it's weird. They didn't say Pack It Up, Go, or like, come on.
Yeah, that's why when we were talking about that, it's kind of weird they decided to shoehorn in these other 2 tracks. But yeah, Only You Can Rock Me, another solid version. There's a couple tracks we'll get into that are a little different than the studio counterpart.
Is that one of the tracks that was not live?
No, that one is.
Okay, thank you.
I think all of side 1, side 3, and side 4 are, but the 2 tracks at the start of side 2 are studio stuff. So
100% studio.
Yeah, but yeah, Only You Can Rock Me, just kind of the same. Not really much of a difference live on that track. I love Schenker solo, and that's one of my favorite Schenker solos. I know I didn't pick that one when we did the show, but man, that's an awesome track from him. And that goes into probably one of their signature tunes. And they might have piped the crowd noise up for this song because they get pretty, excited when Doctor like kicks in, But yeah, another great version. I think Phil's vocals are live for sure on this one because you can kind of hear him forget some stuff or repeat lines over. I think me and Sydney talked about that earlier this week. But yeah, it's a great version. It's an anthem for them. One of their signature songs. So kind of had to be on this live album, I'd say, no matter how you look at it. Yeah. So I'll just tackle Mother Mary and This Kid's Together because them are like the 2 that were the studio tracks, which when Sydney told me that, I was like, wow, I never knew that. And then you start looking at the box set they released, and they never played them songs. So I was like, well, damn, I guess he's right. It's just crazy to me. Like, why even have them if you're not, because there's a couple other songs on them box sets. I know they did On With the Action live. That would have been awesome on here, stuff like that. They could have threw, or some more Obsession tracks like we talked about. But yeah, they're solid versions for what they are. This Kids is a little weird, but that's how they ended up playing it live. They didn't do the Between the Walls part, the slower part, which maybe that would have slowed things down too much for a live show. I'm not sure,
Yeah.
I'm sure they had their reasons. Maybe it was too long for the vinyl side and they had to cut something. Who knows? But yeah, they're solid versions for what they are. And that goes into the last song for the first record, which is Love to Love, which everybody really enjoys that track. I think that's a signature UFO song. Probably, I think this is one of the ones I would say I like a little bit more than the record, but I love the record version too. It's just this one's kind of more like of a raw rock band kind of tackling it. You know, Paul Raymond's like trying to do his best with the orchestral arrangements on the keyboard, which I think was kind of cool. That he's trying to tackle both that and the piano parts. And yeah, I think it's a little longer than the record, maybe by like a minute or so. It's almost 8 minutes on here, but yeah, I think it's a cool song to end the first record out on. So yeah, that's the first record. And of course, this being a double album, we got side 3, which starts with Lights Out, which I think this is I really like this one live. Probably
7 minutes.
probably my favorite track on this album overall. I really like Lights Out. Really cool version, and this one's extended a little bit more than the studio one, I know, because Schenker solos more at the end and stuff, and there's a proper end to this version, unlike on the album. I think it just fades, so it's always cool. And I always, I like when Phil, says "Lights Out Chicago," and that crowd, pipe noise, they get all happy about that. Which who knows if that's real. Yeah. Well, I'm sure whenever they played it live, they probably said, Phil probably said wherever they were.
Yeah.
Which, that's no-brainer thing to do, right? I mean,
Of course.
yeah, it's just an anthem for them, Another great track. And that goes into one of the ones, this one's very different than the Phenomenon record version, Rock Bottom. This version's almost, a little over 11 minutes, 11:08 I'm looking at. So there's plenty of different parts, and Schenker does this little guitar thing at the start before they get into the riff. And yeah, me and Cindy talked about it a little bit. The tempo is a little bit slowed up on this version and stuff. And yeah, I like it though. I think it's a cool version. I really like when they get into the break part. Raymond and Schenker do a lot of dueling things. Either Raymond's piano and Schenker's guitar, or Raymond's playing a little bit of rhythm for Schenker when he does a solo. I just think that's really cool. I don't think there's a wasted moment in it. I mean, every time I play that, it just, you close your eyes, you feel like you're there. To me, I just think it's a cool version of it. And yeah, you think it's done at the end with the lead, and then they go right back into the verse riff, like how the record ends. So I think it's a solid version. I think it warrants 11 minutes because you could have something be too long, but I feel like that works for what it is. Yeah, side 4, which starts with Too Hot to Handle, which I guess is the track they started with usually on this tour. Another cool version. Nothing very different about that one. I think you can hear Paul Raymond's piano maybe a little bit more on some of these tracks. But outside of that, yeah, that one's, just another great UFO song, I think side 3 and side 4 for me, I really love. Like, I think that's my favorite part of the record. Really love everything they're doing from what was that, 1, 2, about 6 songs. Yeah, 6 songs there. And then it goes into I'm a Loser, which we talked about for No Heavy Petting. Kind of a weird spot to put that, I feel like, because they already have, I always put I'm a Loser and Out in the Street kind of similar in their structure. So you kind of already had a tune like that. And to have this, it's kind of like a mid-tempo acoustic thing at the end. I don't know. They probably could have put a more upbeat track, I think, there.
That's a good comparison, Logan.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always thought that, they always kind of feel similar,
Yes, very good comparison.
But yeah, it's a cool version, I like it. I always love that song, it's just, it's just kind of weird to put it there, I feel like. They probably, I don't know what I would have replaced it with, maybe put on with the action there, but that's kind of slow and down tempo too, so I don't know. But, put another Obsession track there, But yeah, that goes into the, I guess, I feel like it'd be like the encores of the album, Let It Roll, which this one's another one that's pretty different with the keyboards, Paul Raymond, very prominent on that verse riff and everything. But yeah, like I said, I love that track. I love it on here. It's a little slowed down, but I think they work with it. It's cool to hear it different, and I like how it's different than the studio album because at least you know you have two different versions to go back to if you wanted to. You know.
Exactly. Why
Yeah.
would you go to a concert to hear everything that's exactly like the record? And just go listen to the record for free.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. 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 That's a cool version though. I really like it. You know, they go through all the changes and everything, and I swear that song feels like it's a lot longer than it is. You know, that is one thing I could say. They could have probably extended some of that, you know, middle section out. I think it would have been pretty cool to do that live, which they might have of. I don't know, but yeah, that kind of goes into shoot shoot, which again, I think it's a little bit longer. There's more soloing and stuff from Schenker on that version, which I think is pretty cool. And yeah, I think it's a great ending. I think it's a great ending song for the record. You know, kind of like a cool encore track for them to come back out, and you know, it's like a sing along type thing. You know, you can get the crowd into the chorus and everything. So yeah, I mean, I just love this album, man. Everything about it. Just kind of like, I don't know, you know, if you never heard UFO stuff, this is not a bad place to start with, I wouldn't say, you know, and then kind of diverge whatever songs you like best, you know, oh, this is on Lights Out, or oh, this is on Phenomenon, you know, go there next, you know. I think that's how I started, man. I probably heard this record first. So yeah, I kind of always had a deep love for Valentine's Day, you know, a deep love for this album to fit it in. But yeah. So that's what I gotta say about it, man. It's a great album, man.
Cool. So yeah, I guess maybe we'll just do you want to go track by track, or do you want to just do the whole thing like Logan did? I think it makes more sense at this point to just do the whole thing, I guess. So yeah, Danny, you want to just do your whole thing?
Sure. Track by track.
Yep.
The first tune on this album is A Natural Thing. This is a great opening tune. I mean, great opening tune. And all the songs on this live album sound they sound pretty much like the record. And the recording quality of this album is really good too. This is a high energy tune, and it's one of my favorites off the No Heavy Petting album. Then we got after that, Out in the Street. I love this song. It's very melodic, and they nailed it very well this night. The mix is superb, and I just can't help but wonder why the whole world wasn't listening to UFO at this time. They were so great. The electric piano and the driving guitar and bass and drums is really a stunner. Yeah, I just wonder. I wondered at the time, and I still wonder today why they weren't bigger than they were.
Yeah, I don't know.
They certainly had on each album, maybe like a very commercial sounding song. And if Chrysalis would have just, I mean, FM radio wasn't hard to get on in those days. If they would have just pushed a little bit, they would have been like a super group, I think.
Yeah, and you mentioned that, Danny. They did actually release some singles off this record, but it just I don't know, didn't go nowhere. I guess
they didn't go.
I know when we were gonna do the studio albums, me and Sydney were talking about that. I think it was like No Heavy Petting. I think the only place they had singles was Japan. This is crazy. Like,
that is crazy. I don't get it. I mean, I'm trying to think back during that time. There wasn't really anything else going on that was better, in my opinion. Or this was like the super group, rock group, besides Deep Purple.
Yeah.
Or maybe Zepp.
Danny, you got to think by this time too. I mean, Purple's gone, and Zeppelin's about to be done.
They're on the swing. Yeah. I don't know. I just never understood it. Oh, here we go. The next tune is Only You Can Rock Me. If that isn't a FM commercial hit, I don't know what is.
Yep.
You can really tell by the audience's response. Now, maybe this was the engineer pushing up the audience response. I don't know. But this is a crowd pleaser and a crowd favorite. What a song. I've always loved this song. From Michael's opening chord riff to the melodic solos. I have to say definitely he's one of my favorite guitarists of the 70s by a long shot. I mean, he just told stories, beautiful stories with all of his solos. And I loved his melodic way. Doctor. This is another great tune off the Phenomenon album. Once again, the crowd goes wild after this iconic rocker. All these songs take me back as a young guitar player, spending hours in front of my record player, carefully learning each note that Michael played. Nothing but great memories, great rocking song, and what a song for a concert. And yeah, I seen him live, and it did go. Doctor, people went nuts. Mother Mary, I did not know this was not a live song. Once again, the crowd goes wild in the opening of this tune. Well,
well, no, they didn't. They threw that in there.
Danny got fooled. He got the wool pulled over his eyes.
Hmm.
I believe.
Hey man, I would have never known it either if he would have told me that. You
Well,
know,
the crowd noise in their own concert, at
I
least,
looked
or
into it.
somebody else's concert. Like there was a band that used I can't remember who it was. They used audio from like a Queen, I think Queen live in Montreal for their live album or something. It was just like what?
Yeah, at least you can say, this record, at least they mixed it well enough where you can't really, if you didn't know,
Yeah.
I mean, you probably wouldn't be able to tell.
It didn't stick out.
No.
No, I only found it in looking things up. That's
Yeah,
how I
same. Yeah.
I'd have to say that if it is back in the studio type thing, that I wasn't a real fan of what Michael played on it as far as the solos. So the record was way better.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, oh, my screen went dark. Here we go. This album is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite tunes, and Michael really played some melodic stuff, and probably some of his fastest stuff in the day. This is a great tune. I love it. I remember sitting at the turntable, making sure that I didn't miss a thing that Michael was playing. The Kids, this was my nickname for a few years. I'd always say this kid's unkillable, or this kid can't get drunk, or I always referred to myself as this kid.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is funny. Once in a while I use it with my son, and he laughs. So let's see. I would always say things like this kid. Oh, I'd always say things like this kid is gonna kick some ass tonight before the concert. What a great rocker. What is the next song? I forgot to write the title.
Okay, so
Love to Love.
Love to
Yeah.
Love.
it goes Love to Love after this, kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is probably UFO's best ballad, at least for me.
Yeah.
The number one ballad for me. It has soft moments of haunting melody, and it has moments with Michael playing his melodic heart out. I love the piano in this tune, and it was all brilliantly done. This is a real great rock ballad type tune. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to write. I know what it is. The next one is Lights Out London.
Yep.
Well, this is probably my favorite UFO tune. The live version doesn't disappoint. It's full of Michael shredding minor pentatonics and minor scales, and at the same time telling a melodic story while he is doing it. Every time I hear this makes me want to pick up my guitar. This song is just fire.
Yep.
It really is. That's an anthem, rock anthem to me.
Right
For me. That's got to be one of the best songs written in the 70s. And shamefully, it didn't get very much attention.
I'm surprised you never covered it on that Welcome to My Paradise, man. You should have. You could have nailed that.
I would have loved to, but
You
I
could have.
had
I don't know what permission
You
you
have to
need
pay
to cover
rights.
stuff, but yeah, I don't know how that goes. But
that
Yeah.
license it, but
Yeah.
we'll license the rights to use it. But
yeah,
I wasn't into doing covers anymore.
yeah. Well, this has been a fairly new song, right? That
Behind
was,
the scenes, I was still learning from everybody.
yeah.
Part-
Yeah.
That was a fairly new song too. Like, if you were to do it in
Yeah.
'78, it would have only been what? That album only came out in '78, didn't it, or '77?
Something like that. It was very
77. Yeah.
very new
Yeah.
then.
'77. So yeah, there you go.
So
Maybe you would have had a hit with it instead. Can you imagine?
great song. Oh man, I love that tune.
Yeah.
Let's see where we at next. Rock Bottom.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
This one's off the Phenomenon album. What an iconic rocker. From memorable opening guitar riff to the bridge where time seems to slow down. This is a super crowd pleaser. I mean, it really is. I mean, when Michael opened up I remember live when he opened up with that riff, the crowd just went absolutely crazy. So it's a great tune. Too Hot to Handle. This is another hit for me. I mean, this should have been a massive FM hit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I put this is completely bewildering. This melody is super memorable. The chorus is extremely catchy and easy to remember. I just don't get why this wasn't an FM hit. It seems
Yeah.
the label really dropped the ball. Oh man, sorry, my screen went dark. These guys could have been so much bigger with just a little bit of effort.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Yep.
was their highest selling album, wasn't it? But still, it wasn't enough to. Then Michael left right away, so
it just
That's what I always thought, man. You know, I think this album should have broke them in a way. You know,
yeah.
if the studio album didn't. But you know, you can't really build off the momentum of this when you lose your lead guitar player right after. You know,
Yeah. True.
it kind of sucks. You know, but
Danny
In
and
the
Schenker
day,
in the same band with Dio singing. That's my mom just commented. Danny and Schenker in the same band with Dio singing. Can you imagine? There we
wow,
go.
that'd be
Oh
great.
man.
Oh, man.
That'd be great.
Supergroup.
What Michael and I would be battling.
Literally, probably.
I would
Yeah.
be shedding every day just to get one over on him.
Every interview that Danny
I'm sure
asshole,
he'd
I
be
wrote
doing
everything. He did nothing. I gave him his career. He'd be bitching about it.
So be it. Yeah, well,
Are we at I'm a loser?
everybody can't be perfect, right? You
Yeah.
play mean guitar.
Yeah.
I'm a loser? Is
Yep.
that where we are?
yeah,
Don't let this song fool you.
It's a weird song title. I always thought that was weird.
Yeah.
I'm
It
a
starts
loser.
off like a ballad, but boy oh boy.
Mhm.
Once the verse is over, it hits the chorus, everyone comes in and it's a medium tempo rocker. I've always been fond of the solo, and almost every on almost every song that Michael played on, this solo is another ripper. And my thing keeps going black. All right, that's okay. I only got 2 more songs to do. Let It Roll. It's one of my favorites. Such a classic hard rock driving rock song with an epic Michael Schenker solo in it. This song was total fire in the day, and Michael was on top. He was really on top of the rock guitar player heap when this came out. Actually, since Phenomenon came out, he was everybody was guitar players were listening to him. Not everybody, just guitar players were really admiring him and trying to copy him. Great song. I love that song. And as you know, Paradise was inspired by that song. At least the chord structure and how it was played was inspired by Let It Roll. Shoot, Shoot. God dang it. This is a fantastic rock tune. It seems a bit strange to hear it as the last cut of an album, being so used to being somewhere in the middle of the studio album.
Yeah.
Michael knocks it out of the park on this guitar solo, switching back and forth to major and minor pentatonic scales. For me, he was the guitar player carrying the brass ring in the mid 70s. When I started learning his stuff, even though I loved Richie so much, Richie stopped growing after Burn, and I think Michael became king with UFO at the time. So yeah, that's my reviews on it. I love Michael's playing. I can't wait to get into some of the newer stuff.
Yeah.
But man, was he on fire in those days? I just don't understand. Like the songs we were talking about, I just don't get it. Why they weren't. There was a lot of junk songs on the F that were kind of hits on the FM.
Yeah.
And then you compare them to these songs, and you go, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Well, you got to think too, like 79, right? I mean, that's the start of, I hate to say it, but like new wave and all that stuff's kind of starting to take over more than hard rock.
Very true. It's very true, Logan.
Yeah.
Very true. But if you're going to keep somebody in your label, you got to do something with them.
Yeah, that's
weird. Let them sit there and suffer, and then
we talked about Trower. He was on Chrysalis as well.
Yeah.
I feel like
Rory?
kind of
Rory on Chrysalis? Yeah.
I don't throw Rory. I don't throw Rory in there though because he just kind of was like, I don't care.
Yeah, Rory did this.
Maybe these guys were like that too. I don't know. Who knows? I mean,
Rory's like, I don't do singles. Basically, is what Rory.
Yeah, there was popular guys on Chrysalis. I mean, Jethro Tull was on Chrysalis. A couple bands. I can't remember. I think the Babies were on Chrysalis. I know they weren't that big, but
yes, they were. And so was Blondie. And
Blondie,
I think I told a story about that. I was talking to the head of A&R who came to see me play one night. And I said, dude, when are you going to sign this? And he goes, we're looking for more stuff like Blondie.
So yeah, this album really didn't stand a chance compared to, Parallel Lines or,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he
tide is high, Danny.
He gladly came and see us, and all the players are great, in the band, they're all great. Mm-hmm. But they were just into that at that time.
Yeah.
But as a business,
that was the next big thing.
If you're not going to make money on something, cut your losses. I mean, why you hang on to the guys that aren't selling, like Rory or whatever. You might as well just cut them and go full force after what you're looking for.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're making them enough money.
I guess
breakdancing didn't even happen yet, and I'm wondering if Chrysalis signed up all those bands for breakdancing. I think they did.
New wave type stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't listen to that stuff, so I don't know who was on what label at the time.
Yeah.
So anyway,
and you could have had like the weird like perm side hair and.
Well, I know you're a big Boy George fan, but
oh god.
Man. Hey, that guy's got like 52 #1 hits in Europe.
That's crazy.
That's not a lie. He's got 52 #1 hits.
52?
It likes him so much.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he had that many songs, let alone.
Yeah,
Ryan's a fan.
In Europe, he does.
UK. Yeah, Danny, you could have had the Flocky Seagulls hairstyle. There we go.
There you go.
I ran so far away. Oh my god, that's funny.
That was the worst haircut.
Or even Alex Lifeson did the whole new wave look.
Yeah, he did. He did something kind of weird.
Oh yeah, but it wasn't like that.
They all kind of did that look.
Feathered look, like kind of deal, right?
Skinny leather tie. Yeah, the leather tie and jacket.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, jacket. That's true.
Danny was dressing up like classical composers.
Yeah. Yeah.
He went the other way,
He went a complete other direction. Yeah.
I went more the faggy way.
Oh my god. You could have went the airband way. Dressed up Oh my god.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's faggy way.
Oh boy.
Well, yeah,
All right,
like
on
that.
to Brian.
Yeah,
Brian.
Logan and Dan, you nailed it pretty good. Now the thing is, I'm not going to go all the way down. I did rank these as far as number 1 to number 13, so I think I'm just going to jump in and do that. And I know
Yeah,
it's
go ahead, Brian. It'd be cool, man.
probably going to take the heart out of the whole thing, like going one by one and figure out what songs that you like are going to be which. But I'm going to start off. Lights Out, number 1. 5 minutes, and I was so blown away with it because I do have the record, but to have a 5-minute version of this is just like gold to me. It's gold.
Awesome.
So right after that is Love to Love. That's my number 2. I just think it's a perfect song, and it's 7 minutes, and I love just how it chugs along. It chugs along, picks up energy, and it gets even more I guess even more emotional towards like the solos and stuff towards the end, and the way that they go to end it. And, oh man, just the energy is completely there. I'm picking Rock Bottom as number 3, which is right after Lights Out. But yeah, you Logan, you said that side 3 and side 4 were your favorites. I think side 3 and side 1 were my favorites.
Cool.
So, but yeah, Rock Bottom. That was such a long version of that. It was like digesting. It's like I heard studio albums so many times, and you hear this live, it's like, oh, I'm gonna play that again. I'm gonna play that again. It was really good. My number 4 is Too Hot to Handle. So that's kind of a loaded side for me. And I know you said Love to Love was the end of one side. Was it side?
I think
Yeah.
side 2. I think side 2, Brian. It was the end of side 2.
Side 2 to side 3 to side 4. It's like, oh man, that's got some good flow.
Oh yeah, they really were. I think they did the structure well. Even if it's not like how they actually played it live, I think they really pulled it off great on the record.
Yeah, I agree, and I agree with where these tracks kind of sit, because like my number 5 is going to be Out in the Streets, which is a killer song. That thing just rips. It's they're about to smoke your face off, and that's only song number 2. And just the energy with that too, which was really, really nice. And then my number 6. Where did I put my number 6? Right here, Doctor, number 6, which is probably predictable because again, these are the hits. I actually picked The Kids as number 7, which I didn't know that was a studio with some embellishments on it. I didn't know that. Mother Mary was my number 8, which I didn't know that was like you pointed out. So my number 9 was Natural Thing, which is the opening song, which is a killer opening track. This whole thing just dumps. It opens up and it dumps on you, and then it's just like now you're going for the ride, the journey, which I really love this album a lot. But my number 10 was Let It Roll. I really love the keyboards in it. I really like the production on this whole album. I love the singing throughout every single song, so I can't fault them for anything, being out of whack or whatever. Maybe some of the lyrics, but my number 11 was oh crap, I have it here too. Shoot Shoot, which is the last song, which I thought it ended strong. This whole album, which I really enjoyed. And then Only You Can Rock Me was number 12. And then what did I have for 13? Oh, I'm a Loser is going to be number 13. And that's such a strong song. The keyboards, the drums, the heavy rock, it's got some chug, the solos. I mean, this was a really awesome album to listen to all over again. And I don't own it, so it's not something I pick out, but it's something I'm going to start paying a little bit more attention to.
It's kind of like the best of, UFO Schenker days. It's got most of the great songs that you love. I think there's missing ones, but it's a great album.
I was going through that whole box set that Logan had mentioned. There's 6 different discs, and even Tales from the Sonic Voyage. He had posted those recently within the past 2 weeks. and I was going through them, and I was going to pick out my favorite versions of this album put together out of the 6 albums to come up with one album in case you wanted to burn your own single album, or if I wanted to burn my own single album. But I didn't get that far. I got through 4. But man, every time you listen to this, it's like a re energized version of what you just heard the day before, or going through. So I mean, I love the studio stuff, but this live stuff you can't touch. Like, these songs are written to be played live, and you
Yeah.
can tell just even through the studio. But yeah, what really made me mad was on the Lights Out. They turned down, like, right when he's totally, like, in the zone, he's totally going into it, and they faded out at the end, which
Yeah, and
I know it
you
makes
get
you
to
want
hear
to
the
hear
whole
it
piece
again.
here, right, Brian? So that's cool.
But no, there's no petering out here. That 5-minute version is, I think, the ultimate version of that song.
Yeah, I think that's the one I'd say that's the ultimate version of that track.
Yeah,
For sure.
I just think it's amazing. And like I said, even with just the flow of the whole each track, this whole album blows by real quick. Like, you don't even notice that it's over by the time it is.
Let me
It's
ask
just
you,
really engrossing. Yeah.
which bands in the mid '70s were doing were how can I say, as good as or better than UFO?
I was gonna say Kiss. Kiss Alive was good,
Yes. Okay. Which other
but that
one?
was embellishment. That
I'd say
was
Lizzie.
altered.
Lizzie.
Those are usually, I know, Lizzie,
Lizzie.
UFO,
Lizzie, yep.
and there's a
Live and
lot of big,
Dangerous.
I'm pretty sure even
yeah.
Live and Dangerous is touched up a lot.
Who
Like,
else? Who else?
Yeah.
Live in
Throw some more
Japan.
names out there.
Cheap Trick, Budokan.
But
Yeah, Cheap
Yeah,
Trick.
Budokan. Yeah,
What about
absolutely. That's
what
what
an
about
icon.
Humble
That was a
Pie's
lot of
one,
fun
man?
of them,
I love Humble Pie's live record. Rockin' the
Humble Pie.
Fillmore.
Humble Pie. Yep.
Yeah.
in the early '70s.
Yeah, that was like 72. So
Yeah.
Grand Funk Railroad had that live album too. Grand Funk Railroad Live. That was a good
yeah,
one.
they had
That
two.
was
They had two, Brian.
monster
Pretty good
album.
ones.
Of Grand Funk.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah,
No,
I
this was
think
very
really,
inspiring.
like the way Danny
This
was
album was
talking, I
very
think this
inspiring.
is my favorite, probably my favorite live album of the 70s, give or take. I'd say that,
Yeah,
I think it's the one I go
definitely
back
up
to
there.
the most. So
The energy is there. The energy
Yeah.
is just wow.
Absolutely.
You can't even put a bottle top on it. You can't.
There's nothing close to it.
yeah, but for me, like, yeah, UFO,
Oh, your
Lizzie,
tape,
and
Scorpions. Shankers would kill me for saying that, but yeah.
yeah.
His brother's
Yeah.
band.
I mean, there's plenty, man, that are awesome. So it's just
Scorpions.
yeah.
Yeah, there's some of those early Rush albums. Oh, there's a few, but yeah.
Not a lot.
I was listening to Rush back then.
No. The only ones that really took off were pretty much Frampton Comes Alive and Kiss Alive. Those are pretty much the
Yeah.
only ones that really took off and really had success.
All the
Really
World's
have to
Stage
blame
was
Frampton
good.
for all of it, because that record really made people start making a double live album.
Everyone had to
so.
make a double
Yeah,
live.
that did do that. You're right.
We never
Yeah,
got a
Frampton.
yeah. And what's crazy,
Yeah.
ZZ Top never did a proper live album in the 70s. We got robbed of ZZ Top doing one. Like, what the hell?
There's a couple bands, right?
live.
Nazareth didn't do one in the 70s either, did they? It was like
No.
81 or something, wasn't it? It was a little
No,
later, but
Tons of great bands that didn't do live albums, just weird. But,
Yeah. Maybe we're too busy writing new music.
Yeah.
Nazareth was a machine in the 70s, man. I
Yeah,
don't think they took it
they're
too
doing
late.
Well, there's ELO
Yeah.
too. Don't forget ELO.
Yeah,
ELO, yeah.
Interview too. Yeah.
Great
Yes.
live album.
Interview on Grants on Tuesday.
Yes.
So, Christina, you want to do your review?
Okay, well, I did, like you said, I did studio, then I listened to the other one. So, like, on Natural Thing, I think it's on the live album, it's faster, heavier, more aggressive, more energetic vocals by Phil Mogg. Moog, however you spell that. Probably Mogg, right? Is that how you pronounce it?
I've always said Mog. I'm not entirely
Mogg.
sure. So,
Moog would be MOOG, like
Yeah.
move, No,
it's 2 G's, so it's
it
Mogg.
has extended, more frantic guitar work from Michael. Then that one I probably didn't do studio too much, but out in the street, the studio version is oh God, if I could read my notes, sorry. A tighter produced track. The live version has higher energy and raw, heavier sound from Michael's guitar work. And then 3 on Only You Can Rock Me. The studio version is polished, melodic, and on the live one, I have that it was more energetic. Doctor Doctor, which I love that song. I do love that song. I basically said the live was a higher tempo, more aggressive.
Mhm.
Work for Michael, high energy ending. And the studio has a fade out ending. I did note that there. Mother Mary, that's where I found that Mother Mary and the kids were not live because I looked up. I do a lot of homework, so because I like to learn, you know. So Strangers Virgin was a faster tempo, aggressive guitar work from Michael, polished, more polished live production mix. And then I had, like you said, they had the live audience put in there. And then on the kids, the studio version is polished. And on the live version, the studio recorded track. Same thing that they added the noise. They added the thing, but I thought it was faster and more aggressive. From Michael, of course, than the original. On Love to Love, which I think is a great song, that would be my number 2. Doctor Doctor would be my number 3. The live version had superior, definite performance, highlighted urgency. I thought intense good energy, intense crowd energy. I'm sorry. And on the studio, meticulously crafted, which was good too. But that live version I thought was better too. Then on Lights Out, of course, is my number 1 because I just love that song. And if I was in that crowd, I'd be going nuts if they said Lights Out in Pennsylvania somewhere. You know what I mean? I was there. You know, the studio was refined and tighter track, polished production. The live was faster, more aggressive, with improvised guitar solos from Michael, captures a raw, high energy performance. Then Rock Bottom, the studio was tighter, more structured, hard rock song. But on the live, it's extended high energy and improvised. Improvised, and it sounded more like Force It, I thought.
Yeah.
The energy there. And then we got Too Hot to Handle. That'd be my number 4. I like that song too. It's polished in the studio, mid tempo hard rock, and then on the live it's significantly faster with a raw and energetic. Michael's guitar work is more frantic and improvised with extended solos. I'm a Loser studio was comparatively restrained and features extended emotive from Michael. And the live was more intense, high energy, and not impulsive, muscular interpretation. Transforms the song with here. I looked this up and I can't read the word now. with added, that's not the one, with added crowd energy and heavier, faster, intense instrumentation. Let's Roll It. The studio was a tighter production track, and the live was more energetic, faster tempos. Longer solos were all heavier from Michael. And then we got Shoot Shoot, which was studio was concise, tighter produced track, where the live was higher energy, extended improvisation, more aggressive guitar work from Michael, faster, has louder production, and oh, sorry, my notes suck. I thought they were good, but they suck. Passionate. He's more passionate, they say. That's what I got out of it. And then basically what you all said about the album, except the only thing that I read that they might consider comparing it to Thin Lizzy's Live and Dangerous. And that's about it.
Cool. Oh man, I'm gonna. At least Logan's leaving soon, so he won't be here to hear this. But yeah,
We're gonna start crashing, and I'll be like, I'm out.
crashing. Who is that? I'm no longer friends with you. No.
You trade.
You traitor. How do you not love
Get him,
this as
Sydney.
much as I do? No. I don't hate it, but yeah, okay, so Natural Thing. I think this starts off, yeah, this one's an improvement of the version that's on No Heavy Petting. It's a little bit faster, more energetic, and I think Michael improves on the original solo as well, actually. I really do like the version of this more than the studio one, so. Out in the Street, pretty much same as the Forced version, aside from the very ending, as the Forced version just ends with like the riff. And this one ends with some leads and the drums going crazy at the end. So they do change it up a little bit at the end. But for the most part, it's pretty much the same for the most part. And yeah, Only You Can Rock Me, same thing. Pretty identical to the version on Obsession. Aside from the keyboard part, it's played that's played during the opening riff. The keyboard's a little bit different. It's not as catchy, I don't find. The keyboard part, I still kind of prefer the version on Obsession because I think that keyboard part really makes that song catchy. It's still a catchy song regardless, but that's a really cool part on the studio version, and it's a little bit different on this. But other than that, it's pretty much the same song. Doctor Doctor. This is the one where I take an issue with, only because a lot of the vocals, like he messes, not messes, well, I guess messing up the vocals because he's kind of singing the wrong verse, or he's singing the same verse multiple times instead of changing it. And part of the genius of the original song is these slight changes in what the words are, so it almost like changes the melody and the feeling and the sound of the song. Still a great song, but yeah, like the original song starts with "Doctor, Doctor, please, oh the mess I'm in," which is repeated again. But instead, he sings "Don't you know I'm going fast," and then "Don't you know I just can't last," which is not even the "No I can't last" is not even on the original studio. So he just made up lyrics for that, or just screwed it up completely. I don't know what happened there. But then, yeah, he does this again. The third time the chorus is sang. He also messes up the chorus the second time it's sang by saying "Don't you know I just can't last" instead of "Oh I'm going fast." It's just, yeah, I don't know. It's minor things, but like it makes it a little bit more repetitive when he just kept saying the same thing in the chorus, as opposed to the original. It changed it up every time. So,
Okay.
yeah, even the
So
part.
before you trash it anymore, I'm gonna leave.
I'm not.
I'm joking.
Let me
I'll see you guys.
question.
Bye,
Take care,
Logan.
Logan.
Take care. Have a good one,
Have
man.
fun,
Just
Logan.
say this question. What's the difference
Happy
if
Valentine's
one
Day.
does a little bit of improvisation and changes this solo as than Phil Moog changing a lyric or two live?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
Yeah, even after the part where he sings "Living, Loving, I'm on the Run," the lyrics are supposed to be "Far away from you." He has and then "So far away from you," and that minor difference kind of changes the melody of it. He just says "so far away" both times. It's a minor thing. I know I'm nitpicking, but like it I don't know. To me, it just almost changes the feeling of the song and takes away from. It makes it a little bit more repetitive than it was on the studio version. But and then at the end, he doesn't even bother to sing the chorus the final time. It just kind of where they would repeat where it goes, "Oh, the mess I'm in," and then "I'm going fast." It's just the guitar melody playing. So they actually removed the lyrics completely from that at the end. Musically, I think it's not as up tempo as the original version. I don't know. To me, I like the guitar tone on the original version a lot better than this. But
yeah.
I don't know. I love this song, and but I prefer the studio version over this one. I don't know. Just something about that studio version is magical, and yeah. I know I'm nitpicking with Phil messing up the words, but like I don't know, just weird because every other song he's fine. I don't know why here he kind of just
Sticks
I don't
out.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was at the end of the show because you don't really know like when this was played, and like I'm not sure if this was actually the last song of the show or if they opened up with it. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's getting tired. They like to drink. Yeah.
He was probably stoned out of his mind.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows? But to me, I think that's probably truly live because he's not going to go into the studio and sing the wrong lyrics in a re-recorded. Yeah, but yeah. So then we get to Mother Mary. Yeah, so this wasn't even recorded live as they didn't play it live back then. It's a re-recorded studio version with crowd noise added in. Again, I prefer the original version as I like the guitar solo a lot more. And I think Danny said that he preferred the solo on the studio version as opposed to this. And apparently that was part of the reason actually Schenker left. I guess they had disagreements and stuff. He actually didn't like his solos on this album.
That's right. He wanted to redo some stuff,
He
and
wanted
they
to
wouldn't
redo
let
the
him.
solos, refused to do any overdubs, and it's just like we already have two songs that he didn't agree. I don't think he agreed with the whole re-recording two songs thing. And
Rock Bottom was the big one that he had a concern with. That was the one that he definitely wanted to go in and change, and they wouldn't let him. He said, "Oh, poor Rock Bottom," and he walked right out of the studio, and they didn't talk for years after that.
Yeah, and then I don't know. It's cool to hear like a different version, but it's basically just another studio version you threw crowd noise in. I would have rather just hear like an alternate version with that crowd noise gone if you're gonna do that. Like it doesn't need to be on a live album. It's kind of weird. It's like an alternate version, really, is all that really is. But I just don't see the point of re-recording a song and then passing it off as live. I just think that's weird. Kind of agree with Michael on that. That's a bit of a strange decision when you have so many other songs that they could have just done. Like they played Hot and Ready and Cherry on the tour.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
Being the fan, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Deceptive, very deceptive.
Yeah. And then even same, like I said, say with This Kids, just like Mother Mary, recorded live in the studio. They didn't play it live, and they left out the Between the Walls part at the end, which goes well with the original. So you lose that. Again, don't really see the point of re-recording it. It's fine for what it is, but I just rather listen to it on Force It without the crowd noise. But yeah, I don't know. They really did mix the crowd noise very loud into this, right? To really make it sound like a live album.
Yes. They did.
I just find that a lot of the music sounds very studio. Like it doesn't come across. The leads, yes, because Schenker I know refused to completely do overdubs, and that was a big issue. But yeah. But then we get to Love to Love. So for me, this is one of the big highlights of the album. It is missing that little Queen-like intro at the beginning and just goes straight to the piano. But for me, that still doesn't ruin it. It's still an amazing version because the guitar solo at the end, I think, is improved from the Lights Out version. So it makes up for not having that Queen-like intro at the beginning. So I think
also, they pulled this thing off really well.
Yeah.
Without the orchestration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's the definitive version of the song. Yeah, I think there's probably a lot of overdubs there because you hear some rhythm guitar playing going on while he's doing the solo and the keyboards. Paul Raymond can't play keyboards and rhythm guitar at the same time. So I would say the keyboards are probably maybe overdubbed. I don't think they're going to overdub rhythm guitar. They would just overdub the keyboards into there. But yeah, I think that's a phenomenal version of that song. That brings that to life. That solo at the end is the original already has so much energy, and I got to see him play that live, and he pretty much played this version. Yeah, it's pretty much the same, other than like the intro. But yeah, it's just I don't know, just something about that solo. It's higher up, I think. I don't know, it just has more energy. It's faster almost. It's hard to explain because the solo itself is not different. It's just I think he plays it faster or something, so it sounds different. I don't know, just something about that solo stands out more on here. And it's still one of their signature songs anyways. But and then yeah, so this Lights Out, for me, this is the definitive version of Lights Out, actually. Love that song. Probably one of my top 5 UFO songs. But on here, it just yeah, I think this one's probably the one that's probably mostly live and probably not touched at all. Because you got Phil singing Lights Out Chicago. They're not going to go into the studio just for him to record the line Lights Out in Chicago. I highly doubt they would do that. But yeah, which is where this recording took place. It's also longer because the guitar solo at the end extends, unlike how it fades out on the studio version. So you get about an extra 30 seconds or whatever. But yeah, I think it's an improved version of a song that is almost perfect, if not for the fade out. But yeah, I think it improves the song just slightly because of the extended guitar solo at the end. And they don't, yeah. But then this is where Logan would probably just leave the show if he wasn't had to leave already. Rock Bottom. So yeah, it's probably my least favorite on this album, on this live album. This is probably where I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. But yeah, for me, it's because the studio version is one of my favorite songs of all time, just out of everything. So I think the main riff is slowed down for one.
Yeah, it is.
The keyboards that are added to it kill the original vibe for me. This song didn't have keyboard. I don't know why there's keyboards on this. I don't like the keyboards that are along with it. I'm not on this. It's like a bluesy, heavy rock song, and the keyboards just don't go with it. And you can really hear them too at certain points. The guitar solo was completely changed, and it's one of my favorite guitar solos of all time. So there's that. For me, the solo is just not as memorable as the original to me. It doesn't improve it. See, I don't mind if you, yeah, I know I don't want a song to be identical to the studio version, but I want it to at least somewhat resemble it. I find like the solo is so far removed from the original solo. I don't think there's really any parts of it that are the same really in the studio. I heard this and it was like completely changed the guitar solo here, which I wouldn't mind adding on all that extra soloing if you still kept the solos from the original. But they didn't really do that. They just removed the solos from the original, basically just improvised and did some completely different solo. There's parts of it near the end where it kind of catches up to what the original solo was. The guitar playing's fine. It's just for me, I'm so used to hearing that studio version, and that's one of my favorite songs, and the solo I love on that. And again, I just find the keyboards underneath the solo though just stick out, and it just sounds weird to me. Just yeah, I prefer the studio version way more than this. It's hard to accept this as way too different than the original, which is one of my all-time favorite songs. But yeah, like I said, I would have been fine with the extended guitar solo had they not got rid of half the original solo. But I would have just scrapped the keyboards too. It just yeah, I don't know. The keyboards on that too was just really hit a nerve. And I like keyboards in a certain like I love Deep Purple. John Lord's amazing on keyboards.
Oh
but
yeah.
On a song like this, it wasn't needed. You're not really. I don't find that you're adding anything with the keyboards on this. It just sounds weird to me. But then yeah, it's Too Hot to Handle. Again, I prefer the original studio version over this because I like the guitar tone more than on this version. But it does extend the guitar solo a bit more on this version, which I did like. So it's a solid version. I still prefer the original, but I still think it's a solid version of this song. But again, Too Hot to Handle is another one of my favorites. And but yeah, I do like that they kept this pretty much the same, but then threw on solos at the end to extend it. I like when that's done. But then yeah, I'm a Loser. Like, pretty much the same as the studio version. Oh, the only real difference is they don't sing "I'm a Loser" during the ending guitar solo on this. That's really the only difference. It doesn't really improve on the original version. It's pretty much the same to me. Sounds pretty much the same. I mean, I don't know. I'd probably just still go with the original studio version because you don't have the crowd noise in there, and you have the singing of "I'm a Loser" during the solo at the end, which kind of adds to the sound of it. But still, they do a great version of it, so it's pretty much note for note on there, and it's a solid version. Let It Roll. This is another one where it's one of my again favorite UFO songs, and they change it to the point where it just sounds totally different once the solo kicks in. Like the solo's not even look, you made Christina leave. Yeah, I did.
The dog.
She's gonna fall asleep on me now. No. Yeah, I just find Let It Roll. This one sounds so much different than the studio one for me because of the keyboards. I mean, I think the original had keyboards, but not as prominent in this. Again, I prefer the guitar solos on the studio version because I don't know, the solo on this isn't as I don't know, that slowed down solo that he does on the studio version. It's like there's notes missing on this one or something. He's like not playing the whole solo or something. He's leaving parts out for whatever reason. So yeah, I don't get that. It's it's a bit weird. And plus, yeah, at the part where he's doing that melodic guitar solo, you don't hear any. There's in the original you hear the acoustic guitar. That's replaced in here by the keyboards, which again I liked it better with those with the acoustic guitar going underneath while he's soloing instead of the keyboards. I just don't think that keyboard sound matches with this style of music at all. But yeah, I would still easily stick with the studio version. Phil's voice almost sounds a bit strained on this a little bit. Maybe like yeah, I don't know. It's a tougher song to sing when it comes to the UFO. He really gave it his all on the studio version of this. Sounds like he's really almost straining his voice a little bit on there, but yeah. Then then shoot. Again, pretty much sounds the same as the studio version, but it's slightly longer. As instead of the main riff fading out, it ends with some more lead work. Cool version of the song. Still think I would take the studio version of it. I mean, I don't think it improves it very much aside from like a little bit of extra leads at the end, but I still think it's a solid version of it. I just overall I don't think enough of the songs improve on the original versions. A lot of it they did note for note, and then when they didn't do it note for note, they completely changed it, completely just changed everything, and then didn't even really use the same solos or anything. So it's kind of a weird mix for me. I don't think it's bad. I don't think anything is like poorly played. Like just off of playing alone, it's a 10. Like just off of that alone. But like if I'm comparing it to the studio albums, I'm probably at like a 7 because I like the studio versions of these just a whole of a lot more. Oh, it's not a bad live. I just don't give this album the love that a lot of people seem to give it. I don't think it's terrible by any means. It's just some of the songs I take issue with being so completely different than the studio versions. And I don't think they're an improved version either. But poor Logan. At least I spared him from this because this is one of his favorite live albums. But that's okay. But yeah. So what are your guys' overall thoughts on this album if you were to rate it? Danny, Brian, Christina. Logan's not here to give a rating. Yeah.
I would say, apart from the 2 songs they deceived us on,
Well, yeah.
you know,
Lucky
this
13.
live number 1. You know, you never being in a band before. There's a lot of things that you're missing. I understand as just being a listener. But the energy coming from the crowd, some drummers, not all, but some drummers, from the excitement coming off the crowd, might have a tendency to start things faster than normal, just from the adrenaline coming, that you're getting from the crowd.
Yeah.
So
That happens.
on the faster songs,
Feeding off the crowd.
certainly see that. Where what I'd like to expand on is being a guitar player. When that happens, you go, "Oh fuck," in your head, "Oh fuck." When it gets to my solo part, I'm gonna have to really, I got to step it up, way up, because this motherfucker's so fast.
Yeah.
It's gonna be difficult to pull my parts off. So I hated drummers that did that. They got that excited. I understand because everybody's on stage is full of adrenaline.
Yeah.
But I hated that when that happened. So you can tell on this album that, of course, that's happening. These guys, they're human. They're excited. They want to give it back. And what usually happens is the tempo goes up a little bit. So
Right.
that's something I want you to try to understand.
Yeah.
And like I said in the beginning, if you want it exactly like the record, then just stay home and listen to the record.
Yeah.
Imagine yourself. Okay, you're on tour to promote the Lights Out album. You're Michael Schenker.
Yeah.
Most of the solos you wrote them for the song, but you've already played them for an entire year while you're on the road. Dude, I mean, that gets old after a while. You want to reach out, at least throw in a few different things, or maybe you've got a new lick that's really cool and you want to throw that in the song.
Yeah.
And it's because he didn't do it exactly like, it's not that he can't. I think he's bored out of his mind.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to understand that.
Yeah.
It being the greatest live album ever, no, I don't think so. Live at Leeds for me is by far better than this album. But I give this album a solid 9.
Wow. Okay.
Uh,
For better.
I might even give it a 10 if they wouldn't have snuck those 2 songs on here that weren't live.
Yeah.
Agree.
You know, that kind of bummed me out when you
Yeah,
told
it's
me.
kind of strange. It's like it's pointless. Like there's other material you played that you could have just done.
You know, wait for another concert and get another 2 songs that you played well and that came off good.
Yeah. Well,
Lied.
like I said, there was a box set. There's an 8-disc box set of this, and they played Cherry and Hot and Ready at the same exact concert. Didn't use those songs and decided let's use new studio.
I like both of those tunes.
Like why?
Yeah, I like both those.
Weird decision, man. This must be label stuff. Like I don't understand. Doesn't make sense to me.
That either.
It's just
Maybe
weird.
the producer. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Somebody made the call, and
Yeah.
I don't think it was a good call. But
No.
nevertheless, there's a few of these things of being just a listener that you kind of have to understand and forgive a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe you're going, okay, I spent my hard-earned money. I want to hear that fucking solo like he played it on the record. Or
That's
better,
how I am. But yeah.
you know. But it really depends. You know, if you played the same damn thing every night.
Yeah, that's true.
You
I
know,
see why musicians would do it. Yeah,
it's an art. You know.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, and now you're doing. If you play the same exact thing every night, you're painting by numbers. You know, this slot gets green, this one gets red. Every night, same thing: red, green, blue, yellow, and it gets old. So
I agree.
Just shine that on, shed that light on you. Yeah, I give it I give it a 9. I mean, I give Live at Leeds an 11.
I love that. Live at Leeds. Yeah, that one's up there. And I'm not even a huge Who fan, but that album, that band, that's Live at Leeds is phenomenal. But yeah, that's a story for another day.
Yes, it is.
Brian, what are your overall thoughts on what would you rate this?
I definitely give it a solid 9. And Danny, you know, a lot of what you said, especially about repetitive playing.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like it's this. You're in, you know what I mean? You're in this pocket. This is what you're playing. This is what you do. Most of the stuff that I've written that I've actually improved upon songs have been on the fly, unrehearsed, live. Like I've just pulled something out. It's like that's staying. Now it's staying. Now the song is starting to metamorphosize into something else. But it doesn't change what the song is. It just makes the song better for the next section of people that you see at the next.
I'm not saying that what Michael played those nights was better. I'm just saying that it probably helped him keep his sanity a little longer.
Yeah. And then he went to be honest about it anyways and said these solos are no good. So that's weird.
I feel the same way about this album as I feel about like Def Leppard, for example. You can't put them contained in a box with one little speaker. You can't contain them on plastic. You can't. They're a live band. There's something live to be experienced. And I think UFO is definitely just a full out raw live band. And I'm surprised they even got
live footage
quality that they got off of this, because I'm surprised it wasn't more louder or more fuzzed out or more, you know what I mean? Big dynamics.
I don't know how much the box set is because it's 8 discs. So it's basically, there's a box set of this.
I think it's like $60 or $70. 60 or 70.
That's actually not bad then. You get 8 different shows. You get 8 different shows. Yeah, you're going to get the same songs mostly over and over and over again. So it's kind of like after a while.
Different versions. Yeah. Different versions, different feels, different timings.
Yeah, I guess. Then you get, I guess you're getting Hot and Ready and Cherry and some of the, I think they do On With the Action. There's a whole bunch of other songs that didn't make the original that are included on it. So UFO's highest selling album, I think it was Strangers in the Night. I think this was their highest selling album. Didn't matter because Michael left, was unhappy with it. I think maybe if he stuck with it, sucked it up and said, well, people like it anyways, despite what I think, he should have just sucked it up and just, I don't know, stuck it out a little longer. And I love
Here's
those
a
albums
question.
from him that Paul Chapman did. I actually think those are really good.
Did
But
Crocus ever release a live album? I know that they're
they
Germany
did.
too.
Crocus did that
Around
weird one with that
US.
crazy, scary man on the front. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
like
I
Alive
forgot.
and
You're right.
Dreaming or something. I think it was called. Yeah, Christina,
You're right.
your thoughts?
Nine. 9.
9. Okay.
Same thing as Danny said. If they wouldn't have snuck those 2 songs in cheating wise, I would have given it a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
They
that
got the
good.
talent, right?
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
don't piss on my leg and then tell me it's raining.
what?
I mean, come on.
That's
That makes
crazy.
Oh, boy.
I wouldn't have known it until I read it. I wouldn't have known it if I didn't look deep into things, you know?
Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's hilarious. So, yeah. So next week, Danny's getting a break because the next UFO or the next Schenker thing is going to be 6 albums. Hold on, I'm thinking 6 albums, but I got a plan
That'd
for
be
this.
easy.
Yeah,
That'd be
we're
easy.
gonna
Yeah.
do the old spinner thing.
Yeah, we're doing a Skinner show next week.
No,
I know
no.
you're not.
Spinner.
Oh, the spinner. Okay, the spinner thing.
Is
So
that what you're gonna do?
yeah, so we're doing that.
Okay.
So the albums that
That's
we're
fine.
gonna be doing, we got let me pull up Wikipedia here because I suck at remembering orders of these. So we're basically doing the first where are we here? So we're doing the first 4 Michael Schenker group albums
Hmm.
and the 2 live albums
I'm
that also
happy.
came out in the 80s as well. I'm
Happy.
figured I'll take the live albums. I'll do the 2 live albums, and then the 4 studio albums will be the spinning thing between Danny, Christina, Brian, and Logan. But then for the studio stuff, we'll listen to all of it anyways and pick our favorite song off of those as well. So we're still all included in all these albums.
Cool.
Good.
So yeah, we got Michael Schenker Group, which came out in 1980. The second one, which was just called MSG, very confusing with these album titles, came out in 81. He was busy. 80, 81, 82, 83. And then like the live albums are One Night at Budokan and then Rock Will Never Die in 1984. So it's unreal, like 6 albums in like a 4-year period.
Mhm.
2 of them are live albums, but still. So yeah, we're gonna.
I was listening to them all the way up and through the 90s. I was listening to them.
Yeah. So we got. Let's see. Share this.
Was it
thing.
Give Me Your Love? I think that was 88, wasn't it? 87, 88?
Honestly, I've only ever listened to the first one, so this will be fun for me to do and like listen to all this and try to pick a favorite from like this.
Oh, I remember buying
I know
that
I'll
on
fall in
cassette.
love with it because I really only know that first one. It's just for whatever reason. It's just so much music. He's got so much material, so I was like, where do I even start this? But yeah, it's cool. Finally start this. So we're going with the we're going with
Before
the
he started putting the muskrat on his head.
yeah. Oh my god.
The black hat he wears all the time.
Yeah. We're going with
Did you run it over yourself?
So where are we going? So what did I do last time? Did I do the names first and then the album? I think I did the names first, right? I believe. I think so. So the
I wasn't
spinning.
here.
Let's see who's going first.
I was in the chat.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Logan gets it first. So let's see. Let's see what Logan gets. Move Logan, kick Logan out of there. So these, and then add the albums,
There it is.
add the 4 albums, and then spin, spin, spin. See what Logan gets. I'll have to make him watch this so he knows we're not lying.
Oh, nice.
So he's getting. I gotta write this crap down now. Logan's not here to write this down. I gotta write this down on my phone. Let's see. Logan, MSG. So he gets the second one. All right. Then let's see. We got that. Should have just done 2 separate wheels, but anyway. Christina, it's all good, right? Yep, 3 yes. And that.
What about you? Are you on there?
No, I'm doing the 2 live albums. That's why I'm doing the 2 live
Okay.
albums that they did. And yeah. Danny is the other.
There we go. I think I know.
Let's see. How much have you listened to these, Danny?
The first one a lot. The rest of them not too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get the first one. Well, I mean, it'd be cool to get the other ones, right? I mean, we're gonna listen to all the stuff anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, spin me. I'm good for it.
Let's see.
That Macaulay, right? Is it Micah
Macaulay
Macaulay?
Schenker?
I think
That's
so.
his
He's
name.
got that dog, the bounty hunter, freaking hair, but it's
Yeah, he
black
does.
and German and slick.
Assault attack. So Danny gets assault attack. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Oh, that's a ripoff. I call fixed. That's
Brian
fixed. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead, take it. You probably know it the best.
Buddy. That one. All right. So those are the two that's left. Okay. That, and then it's just what? Brian and Christina, right? Okay, so yeah.
Do Christina first, so she's not stuck with last.
Let's see. Oh, she got it anyways. There you go.
Kind of sucks when you're stuck with the last one, right? Last
Well,
one
you
pick.
never know what's left on the spin.
So we'll see. We'll see what this determines it now. Let's see what Christina's getting, what Brian's getting. So this is Christina's.
She's gonna get something good.
She'll get the debut. Watch. Oh, Brian gets the
Debu's
debut. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, she gets the debut barely.
That's a
Damn.
good album.
By a hair.
Strong.
Yeah.
You'll like that one, Christina.
So Christina gets the debut. And then, yeah. And then Brian gets, what is it called? Built to Destroy?
Built
Yeah.
to Destroy.
Built to Destroy. Okay, cool.
I'll
All
take
right.
it.
All right, there we go.
Awesome.
All right, cool.
Okay.
So tell us what's coming up, Sid.
Yeah,
Next
so
week.
in half an hour, we're doing a Valentine's Day music hangout,
Oh,
playing love songs.
really?
Valentine's Day. So we're playing some ballads, kind of, not really. Some of these songs, they're not even really ballads. They have like love lyrics, but they're not really ballads at all. Some of them
Yeah,
are.
bought you some caulking for Valentine's Day. Got you some caulk.
That's to fix your broken heart.
Oh my God. Yeah, we're gonna play Cocksucker Blues by the Rolling Stone. No.
Yeah, you can put it in caulking.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So that's what's coming up in half an hour. So if anyone wants to stick around and hang out for Valentine's Day instead of finding a Valentine, yeah. Oh, but yeah, that's what we're doing. And then next week, next Saturday, we're doing Skinnerd, doing our favorite song from the 570s albums by Skinnerd. So it'll be me, Brian, Christina. Webb's gonna be on that one,
Cool.
and
Skinner.
West Coast Dave.
Yeah.
So, Danny, you got 2 weeks to listen to like 6 Schenker albums, or 4, I guess. You can do the live albums if you want and add to.
What
Mike,
do you mean? That's the 6. I've got my album, and I need to
I just
pick.
gave my Skinner records
my
away to my
Favorite
friend for
song
Christmas.
from the other 3 plus that one.
Okay.
You can listen to the live albums, but I'm doing full reviews. I mean, feel free to be like, you're an idiot. Stop knocking these live albums. But yeah.
No, I didn't say that at all. I just wanted
Yeah,
to
no, I'm kidding.
shed a little light on that for you, as perspective from a musician's perspective.
Somebody who plays all the same thing.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what they're talking about. Yes.
No,
Constructive
not
criticism
what I'm talking
from Danny.
about. Just somebody that did it. You know?
No, I know. I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's what's coming up, and then we'll be doing the show that we just did with that wheel thing. So that's what's coming up. Skinner, then doing the Michael Schenker, and then see that's probably how we're gonna do it. We're gonna do like
Skinner,
Show-
Schenker, Skinner,
yeah.
Schenker.
one show, then the go back to Schenker, another show in between. So we're gonna keep doing that. 'Cause Schenker's got so much stuff. If we were only doing one album at a time, I'll be dead by the time.
Yeah.
He's got so much.
Don't forget Rush. We gotta have Will back for Rush.
We gotta do a Rush
Yeah.
song. Yeah.
Yes. We
Rush-
never finished
There's
anything.
so many series we didn't get. We finally finished Styx. That was one.
Mhm.
There's a few fill-in shows I got in
Fun.
between. So. But yeah,
Theo was
that's what's coming up today in half an hour. So I'm gonna maybe get something to eat or whatever, take a break, and then hop on and fall in love for Valentine's Day. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what's coming up in half an hour. But then then we got the show's next week, and then we got another music hangout tomorrow. So that's what's coming up.
Awesome.
So
What
so
tomorrow?
tomorrow, what countries are we in? Oh, we're in what is that? Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe. Wow.
A band called Otis Way Good Blues Band. It's kind of a play on words, like "Oh, this is way good," like broken English, I guess. Oh, this is way good. But yeah, Otis Way Good Blues Band. 3 albums. kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. Some of it's a bit on the cream side. Some of it's, I don't know. It's really hard to describe. It's all in English. But yeah, it's from the '70s, early '70s. So it's really bluesy. But yeah, that's what we're going to be listening to tomorrow. But yeah, for now, yes. Anyone who's here right now, stick around and watch a Valentine's Day show in half an hour. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and go
Bye,
check out
everybody.
Strangers in the Night. Don't listen to me. Listen to it with your own ears. Don't listen to what I said. Just enjoy it if you like it. If you don't, that's fine too. Yeah, just go check out Strangers in the Night. And yeah, so thanks everybody for watching, and thanks Logan, Danny, Brian, and Christina for doing this.
You're welcome.
And enjoy your day.
Bye.
Happy Valentine's Day.